Hey everybody, today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. I've been wanting to come on here for the last few days to do another reading, and finally here I am. So today I'm going to read an excerpt from Soul Love by Sanaya Roman. If you've seen any of the other videos I've done, I've already read an excerpt from this book before, and today it felt very fitting for me to read another one. And then what I'm going to do at the end of this, if you've seen any of my videos, is I love to pull cards. So I'm going to pull some cards and see what added messages want to come through for you and anybody who happens to watch today's video. And if you'd like me to pull a card for you, then go ahead and just type in the comments, the live chat section, to let me know, and I will be happy to pull you a card as well. So let's get into it. Today I'm reading Soul Love, and I'm going to be reading, if you have this book or want to get this book, on page 64 over into page 65, and it's actually in the chapter titled The Serenity of Love. So I had a little story that's going to go with this. I'll just read first. Okay. There are many energies in your universe. The energy of other people's wills, desires, and emotions as they try to get you to do what they want. The energy of your soul leading you along your path. The energy of the solar light that leads all life back home, and so on. You live in a world of energy. You experience and are affected by the energy around you all the time. There is no energy more powerful than love. As you learn to love as your soul, you are bringing into your life the most potent force in the universe. Love creates miracles, heals all wounds, and purifies all lower energies. You cannot give love away, for the more you give, the more you will receive in return. When you choose love, you bring about the highest good for yourself and others. Offering love is always the right choice. With love, you can transform, purify, neutralize, lift, expand, connect, harmonize, balance, amplify, magnetize, accept, and add light and beauty to all the energy around you. You can transform or be transparent to people's emotions and thoughts, neutralize negative energy, and harmonize with all life in the universe. All energy in the universe responds positively to love. And there was a quote here, well, whatever, just another little thing they highlighted. Know that love is the most powerful energy in the universe. Yeah. So I wanted to just share that. And, especially where they say all energy in the universe responds positively to love. Here are my added thoughts on that, is that not everyone is open to receiving love, or maybe even specifically your love or my love or their own love, right? And so what I love about what they included in here is how love can also have the ability to neutralize energies, to help harmonize energies with each other. So, and there doesn't have to be a right or wrong about if you or someone you know is not open to receiving love from any one person in particular. The point is that regardless of what someone else chooses for themselves, love is always going to have some positive benefit to it to some degree. So it's kind of one of those things, like you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. This is an awesome book, has lots and lots of tools, and actually also some recordings you can download with it if you search for them online. Let me know if you've read that book or if you have any thoughts about it. And okay, I'm checking. I don't see any comments here. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards now because that's what I love to do. So I'm going to pull. I didn't bring all my decks over. I know some of you have seen some of these decks already before. Some of you have not. I have a new deck. So I want to first share my newest deck with you. I have to hold it together because it doesn't have a box. So here it is. So it's Walking with Your Angels by Keith Leon. It's a daily inspiration deck. And so Keith Leon S. And so actually this is a picture of Keith Leon S. And I interviewed him before. So if you'd like to check that out, you can always go search the other videos on my channel and see the interview with Keith. Because he has real life stories about walking with your angels that are really fascinating. And he's on a book tour right now. And so anyway, so that's really cool. Okay, so now let me show you what the actual back of the cards of his deck look like. Gorgeous, right? This was commissioned art by an artist he knows. And I just had to get these. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card from here. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to pull you a card. And we're looking to see, you know, what other messages want to come through to expand off the reading I just did from the book Soul Love. And it's awesome to see you here. I see there are a few of you here live. Feel free to let me know where you're watching from. Hey, you know what? I imagine you're talking about the deck. As far as I know, no, these are not in the store at Kmart yet. You'd have to go directly through Keith. But I do absolutely see these becoming more accessible. These literally like just came out. I think like within the last month or so. So I can definitely, you know, I'm going to kind of, so for Tony, foreskin Tony here. Okay. I'm going to connect with Keith and find out what he would suggest for that, because they're so new. I don't even know if there's a link for it, but absolutely you can connect with him and buy them for sure. Okay. Okay. So let me just focus for a second here. Okay. So what message wants to come through for everybody who watches this video from the Walking with Your Angels deck? Okay, I think it's these two here. So, okay, so this deck has 11 archangels and 4 messages from each archangel. So the first one is from Archangel Raphael. And it says, "Ask, and it is done unto you. Call on me for healing, and it will be done. Trust and allow your inner guidance to move you in the right direction. You can heal yourself, and you will assist in the healing of others. Your light shines bright, and you need only to step fully into knowledge of this light to change your life and the lives of those around you." Oh, I love this. I haven't seen this one yet. Trust and allow your inner guidance to move you in the right direction. You can heal yourself, and you will assist in the healing of others. Absolutely. I'm a huge believer in that. I'm also a certified Reiki master practitioner, but I tell people I am not the healer. You are. And so this actually goes right back to what I was reading earlier in terms of as long as you are connected to that positive intent and that high vibration energy of love, or maybe it's something else, when you're coming from that place, you're always doing good. You're always sending out that positive energy. It's not up to you to decide who's ready to receive it. It's simply about you being in that space with that intention and sending it out, that it's going to have a positive effect somewhere with someone. You know, you may know about it, you may not. But if that's where you're coming from and what you're sending out there through your thoughts, through your emotions, through any energy work maybe you do, then that's, I just wanted to highlight that. Tony says, "My grandma said she'll only get me the cards if they're at Kmart." Well, you know what, Tony? Then that is something, of course, to be aware of, and I will mention that to other people that I know who do cards. Okay, so the second card that came out from this deck, I just love the art on this. Archangel Jeremiel. Look at that. Okay. It says, "Dear one, life can appear to be challenging and painful at times. Everything that happens is a gift and a learning experience. How you use the information or lesson moving forward creates your future. Ask me for guidance, and I will show you visions of greater things yet to be." I feel like I should read that again. "Dear one, life can appear to be challenging and painful at times. Everything that happens is a gift and a learning experience. How you use the information or lesson moving forward creates your future. Ask me for guidance and I will show you visions of greater things yet to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's this, here's what's interesting. So I host a show called the Every Day is a New Day show, and I also have a closed Facebook group for the Every Day is a New Day show. And just did a live video in there where I pulled some cards and I was talking about, you know, one of the foundations of why I do this show. And there are many things, many reasons and intentions for the show. But one of the things that's really foundational to me is that I see it as a place for people to receive hope and inspiration. So, you know, if you or maybe someone you know is on a spiritual or healing journey and feeling isolated in that process, then to me, that's absolutely the type of person that this show is for. And everything that happens is a gift and a learning experience. Because when we're in those challenging times, it can be challenging to see how it's a gift, right? It's like, oh my gosh, what is this chaos happening in my life, right? And you feel like you're cracking open. And I don't know if you've heard this quote or this phrase, but and I tend to not remember verbatim certain quotes and phrases, but have you seen the image of a seed? When a seed is planted, it's planted deep down in the dirt. And at some point, it's going to crack open. And as the plant starts to come up, it's going to see nothing but darkness, right? Because it's still buried. It's still buried in all that dirt. And it may be thinking, where do I go? What do I do? And it just keeps following its guidance. It keeps following, and it's learning to trust, and it's learning to tune in. And eventually it breaks through the surface of the earth and it sees the light. And all the lessons and the learning that came out from that dark place that it was in actually start to make sense. And that seed, that new plant has been through a rebirthing process. So I hope this is making sense to someone somewhere. Let me know if it's making sense to you. But I just, this is really coming through, I think, for me, because that's what the Every Day is a New Day show is about. That's what I see the group as a space to support people who are in an experience like that, on a journey like that. And I also see that this is what this is talking about, because you're in a space where things seem dark or chaotic, challenging. That's actually a really good time to start to experience new things. And also realize that whatever it is that you're experiencing and what's not making sense about it actually is going to hold a wealth of information and lessons for you. And so some of it may become clear right away as soon as you allow yourself to open up and go, gosh, what is this teaching me? What is the lesson here? Some of those lessons might come through right away, and others might take a while. As long as you're open to it, though, they will eventually come through. They will eventually emerge. You'll eventually have that clarity. And I'm a huge proponent for journaling. And so, if you're someone that's tends to get caught up in the head, especially, when there's a lot of stuff happening, journaling is a fantastic way to just, get some of those thoughts out on paper and start to sift through them, release some of them, empty your mind out so that you can start to receive those lessons and the experience and see things a little more clearly, because none of us are here to be one way for the entire duration of our life, right? We're all going to evolve and grow and learn new things. And so sometimes those learnings come through, that was easy to learn, right? Oh, that's interesting, just learned that. And then other times, things we don't see coming, right? Things that we never anticipated, and it's challenging and painful, and it doesn't have to be. And yet that's sometimes just part of our experience as we move through life. And so I think it's really good to remember that when you're going through a dark time in life, that is also still ripe with learning and lessons for you. And it's not a time to whatever your situation is, because I don't know, right? But it's not a time to necessarily get down on yourself and blame yourself for whatever's going on. but rather remember that you're human and that we all go through things where our eyes get opened to something new. And so allow yourself to be easy on yourself as you're through that, is what I'm trying to say. And maybe somewhere in there you learn that it's like, oh, okay, wow, I didn't realize, whatever I did or was doing or whatever contributed to this or that. Or, maybe forgiveness is going to play a role somewhere in your journey. In what way can you just allow yourself to just be? You're not meant to be perfect. You're not meant to know everything. You're not meant to do it all on your own, and yet you can have it all. But what does having it all mean for you? So much, so much, so much, so much, so much. Okay. So I'm really just going with the flow of this. I didn't anticipate the conversation going in this direction. But if you're here with me live, then I take it that it's resonating in some form, or at least I hope that it is. Please let me know if you have any thoughts about this. And yeah, that went pretty deep, didn't it? But these are beautiful cards. And I'm a fan of Keith's, so, I'm going to share his cards for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some other cards as well. If you'd like me to pull you a card specifically, please go ahead and type that in the comments down below. And Tony, let me just say, based on what your grandma said, I hope that they have cards at Kmart, because I don't even know. I haven't been to a Kmart in forever. So hopefully they have some cards at Kmart that you are able to purchase. Let's go ahead and see here. I feel like because that conversation went a little deep, let's go ahead and pull a well-being card, an Abraham Hicks well-being card. Okay, what message wants to come through for everybody who views this video? It's funny, I see a card that always comes out. I'm just going to set it to the side right now. Let's see if there's another card that wants to come out. Oh, okay. Yes. What is this card? This is good. Okay, so we've got a girl looking at a butterfly, and it says, when I appreciate, I feel so very good. When I appreciate, I feel so very good. And the back says, appreciation is the secret to life. Become a person who appreciates, and you will thrive. You will fulfill your reason for being. Absolutely. There's been so much talk about the benefits of gratitude that that's really what this is tapping into. So I imagine that's not a new concept for you, but this is absolutely highlighting the benefit of really connecting to that gratitude energy, that appreciation energy. Appreciation is an even higher vibration than gratitude. I won't get into that whole conversation, but Abraham Hicks has a cool talk that really distinguishes that difference as well. So, even when you're going through a challenging time, there's still things to appreciate, right? Things to appreciate that you're still alive. Things, maybe it's, appreciate that you have a roof over your head. Maybe it's to appreciate that you had something to eat today. To, however simple or basic it may seem, right? Every single thing, there's something to be grateful for, that you have clothes on your body, the ability to clothe yourself. Maybe it's the ability to clothe yourself, right? There are some people who actually need help with getting dressed every day, or, going to the restroom every day. And let's say maybe that's you, then to be grateful because there's someone to help you, right? It's like, no matter what our life situation is, there's always something extra to be grateful for. And that energy it's up there with that whole energy of love that we were talking about, and all those different benefits that they mentioned. Here, I'll highlight that again in case for the live viewers, if you weren't here when I read this, is Offering love is always the right choice. With love, you can transform, purify, neutralize, lift, expand, connect, harmonize, balance, amplify, magnetize, accept, and add light and beauty to all the energy around you. And more, right? Like there's infinite positive benefits to love, and appreciation is just right up there with that high vibe, pure, positive energy. Okay, so the other card that came out that like practically comes out every time I go into this deck, with good reason too, based on this message, I am selfish enough to want to feel good. Yes, please allow yourself to be selfish enough to want to feel good. You deserve to feel good. And here's the thing. It's not about waiting for someone else to give you permission to want to feel good or to feel good at all. We have to give ourselves permission first. We have to say, you know what, I'm not going to wait for this other thing or for this other person to do or say something different or for anything else to happen first. I'm going to choose right now where I am, that right now I choose to feel good. I'm deserving, and I'm talking about you, right? I'm deserving and worthy enough to feel good right now. And I choose to receive it, be the receiver of that energy right now. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. So the back of this card says, feeling good indicates your connection to clarity, wellness, and an abundance in all good things. Feeling good is your most natural core belief. Okay, so if you're new to Abraham Hicks, that might sound a little bit deep. If you're not, then I'm sure it probably doesn't. But feeling good is your birthright. That's where this is stemming from. Feeling good is your birthright. And over time, as we move through life and, maybe have one challenging time, and then maybe we don't heal from that, and we have another challenging time, we don't heal from that, and then we have another challenging time, we don't really heal from that either. Over time, it actually can start to feel like feeling good is not natural or not normal for you. Whew. And I just want to say, it is still available and accessible to you. Oh man, gosh, this is feeling so deep today. My goodness. The key, and I'm looking for a book I co-authored. It's actually on the other side of the table here. So I'm going to just share a little personal experience. So I wrote a chapter in a book a couple years ago. The book is called Positive Minded People, Inspiring Stories of Overcoming Adversity for Living a More Positive Life. And my chapter was called Intuition, Can You Hear Me Now? And it was basically me talking about a challenging time in my life about 11 years ago now. And, on the surface, it looked like I was going through this one really challenging thing, right? This one challenging thing happened in my life. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like chaos. I was that seed that was in the dark. And as I started to work through that and heal from that situation, over time, gained more clarity and realized that was just the surface issue. That was just the presenting situation that cracked me open to help to realize that actually I had other things from the past that I had never fully healed or worked through or processed that were really at the root of what was going on with that initial situation. And the gift is one of the gifts, was having the awareness to go, okay, this actually isn't about this thing up here. It's about what was lying way deep down, dormant underneath it all. And I didn't realize that I hadn't fully healed from those situations in my life. I didn't realize that I had buried emotions and any of that. that was all new to me at the time. And so over time, learning how to actually finally process those emotions and heal from those situations, and just wow, stuff I never realized needed to do, right? We might think, what? I'm okay, that awful thing that happened, I'm done with that, moving on. And depending what your situation is and how much it impacted you and where you are, that might be the next best step for you. And then sometimes it's actually just kind of shutting a door to something else that still needs to be released. And something can just, lie dormant in us for years on end until finally we get to a breaking point or a boiling point, and that's it. And something else happens, right? And kind of brings it all to the surface. And first off, you're not alone if that's your situation, and you absolutely can heal from whatever you're experiencing, whether it be something from your childhood years and years ago, or whether it be something more recent, and nothing is too small. So, if there's something that you're thinking like, oh, that's silly, why that affected me, it doesn't, you don't need to add any judgment calls about that. If it affected you, it affected you. And there's something in there to learn from and to grow through. That's kind of the key thing here, is that it's about growing through it. We can try to circumvent, go around things. And then eventually one day they just resurface again because we still never fully processed them. And so anyway, so that's kind of, this conversation got really deep, but I'm guessing it's because it's speaking to someone out there. So if you're in a space where you have not been feeling good, I just want to remind you that feeling good is absolutely possible, and you are deserving and worthy of that. And if there's something that's showing up in your life that you feel is getting in the way of you feeling good and just being happy, or feeling like you're healed and you've been able to move on from something in the past, then you know what? Such a beautiful gift you can give yourself is to take time to actually own whatever that thing is for you that's getting in the way, that maybe you need to acknowledge and say, yeah, you know what, this crappy thing happened. What is it trying to teach me? What is there for me to learn and heal from and to grow from, and all of that from here, and know that you're not alone. So that in itself can be a whole other barrier for some people. I know part of my journey has also had to be like, oh, okay, asking for help, right? A lot of people, we might think that we're here to do it all on our own. We're supposed to do it all on our own. No. That's why there are coaches and therapists and teachers and all these kinds of things to really support you on your journey. And even teachers and coaches and therapists and all that, I'm a coach. We all need those things too. It's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing that we're actually here and can give and support and help one another through our life journeys. So, man, this video went really deep, way deeper than I anticipated. But I trust that it served a purpose in some way for whatever portion that you were here to listen and be part of, for the live viewers anyway, whatever point you came in. So, I think to wrap this up, because it's Halloween today, let's go ahead and pull a postcard from Spirit. Postcard from Spirit. Ooh, no, just kidding. I'm kidding. It's Halloween, right? I love scary movies. I love even like cheesy B level, right? Is that how you say it? B movies? Do you? What do you like about Halloween? Is there anything in particular? I'm just making conversation while I shuffle. Okay, let's go ahead and pull a card. Let me knock one more time on these. Let me just focus for a moment. Okay, what's the message that wants to come through for everybody? I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, you know what? I think this card, interesting. Okay, let's see. What does this one say? Okay, so this deck on the back side of it always has a little message down at the bottom, and it says, with love. And the back, I will read to you the back. It says, dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. This card was the card, right? That's what, yep. It was meant for you. Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You are stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We are so proud of you. Let me know if this is resonating for you. This card is so meant to be as part of this video and today's message. And I just want to acknowledge a couple of things. It says, it's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. We're in relationship with everything. So relationship might be a relationship you have with another person, but it might also just be the relationship you have with yourself. It might be the relationship you have with the food that you eat, your own nutrition, your health. Maybe it's, exercising. Maybe it's the relationship you have with your business. If you're an entrepreneur, right? I've had to learn it's a whole entrepreneurial identity. Maybe it's a relationship you have with your community or with your purpose in life, with whatever comes up for you. What's the relationship between you and it? Okay. It's normal to feel both that push and push back. And to me, that's also part of that learning process. Miss me? I see you. Yes, I will pull a card for you. Absolutely. Yes. Stay here. I'll go ahead and do that when I'm done with this one. And so, this is again where, be easy on yourself as you're in that dance and that flow of like being birthed into something new, whether you anticipated it or not, right? And a lot of times it's not. So allowing yourself to be open to, okay, yeah, right. I wish I could just say, none of this makes any sense and please make it all better. And I want to be done with it. And we all do that, right? We all do that to some degree. Absolutely. And at the same time realizing, okay, it's not going to just go away. And what can I learn from this? And, what might I need to do a little differently so I can move forward and move through this and all of that. And I just say, be easier on yourself. But it's also really good to stay in the process of it because you are going to benefit. You are going to benefit from it. So, and then again, it was just saying, what you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life. And it's referring to that partner being Spirit. So for you, whatever that means, maybe it's the universe, maybe it's God, maybe it's your higher self, angels. To me, there are infinite definitions for that. It's about what resonates with you. So awesome card. Okay, let's pull a card for Miss Me. And you know what? I think I'm going to pull two cards for you, okay? I'm going to pull two cards. I'm going to pull a card from Keith Leon S.'s Walking with Your Angels deck. Let's do that one first. What's the message that wants to come through for Miss Me? Okay, there's one that's actually already been popping out. I think this might be it. So, Okay, this one, Archangel Azrael. And it says, I am Archangel Azrael. I am available to assist souls making the transition from the physical to the spirit world, whether aiding you to assist a friend or family member during their transition from life to afterlife, or assisting you in letting go of old thoughts and behavior so you may move into a new way of being. Know I am right by your side to hold you in the light during the transition. Wow. Let me know if this resonates with you, Miss Me. This definitely sounds like it's in tune with the postcard from Spirit we just read. So it's talking about whether this, is a physical transition for someone who is transitioning from, living to back to the other side, or maybe it's you in your own rebirthing process. That's a beautiful card. The other card that just felt like it might be helpful to pull, I'm going to pull a self-care card for you. Self-care card. So let's see what comes through here. Okay, so we're going to pull a card for Miss Me and what message wants to come through. Okay, so this one kind of jumped out a little. It says opportunity. And the back of it says, release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. Let me know if this resonates with you, Miss Me. I'm definitely seeing a thread here, and another way to see that whole rebirthing process. And when it was talking about that push and push back, we can have that inclination to be like clinging to the past. Like, I don't want my life to change, right? I don't want anything to be different. I don't want to have to do things differently. You're not alone in that, right? We all like the comfort zone for the most part, right? We like what feels familiar and comfortable. And I had a coaching session with a client the other day, and that client is going through similar type of situation. And oh, good, I just noticed this. What really was standing out is how we can look at those situations from how life used to be. And, so you've got your old way of life and you've got your new way of life. And that new way of life looks like unfamiliar territory, fear of the unknown, right? This big question mark. And another way that you could view it is as newness. I'm sharing this because in case it resonates for you, it was a big aha the other day for someone I was working with. Does it sound better? Does it feel better? Does it resonate better to put fear of the unknown, to this what's unfolding for you, to identify it that way? Or what if we label it as newness? I'm stepping into newness. And how does it feel differently when you frame what's being created, what's evolving? How does it shift your perspective on it when you think of it as newness versus fear of the unknown? Notice there's that difference of vibration. And I was just noticing that they also put the word new in here. So release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. And the new, a lot of times, is, sometimes we're asking for something different in our lives to happen, to show up for us. And yet we may not even realize that that's then going to require us to change. And because we don't realize it, but we've had that burning desire for something new, right? The universe is like, okay, well, you keep telling me you want this thing over here, but you keep clinging on to the old way. You're going to have to change if you want that new thing. So then we kind of go through like this, right? I'm a very animated person. We go through something that's unpleasant, But it's all to bring us to that gift of the new, the thing we've been asking for. So let me see what you just read something. Been through a tough time, so feeling a bit stuck to make a decision. Yes, what you say resonates. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad it resonates for you. And decision, even that, like that's such I think that is such a key word for things too. So I think it's really good that you know, see, I don't know what's going on in your world, right? So, but that you're aware that there's a decision to be made. And because there's a decision, that means you have some control. You have choice. You have choice. I'm not going to go any deeper because I don't really know what your situation is, but how can you love yourself through that decision-making process? And you can always send love to the outcome. You know, you don't have to be a Reiki practitioner or, any form of energy healer, simply just sending your thoughts, connecting to a place of love, and just send love. You don't have to overthink it. Just send love to the outcome. I don't know. I hope that's of benefit. That's what's coming up for me right now. And so, anyway, so I hope this video definitely went way longer than I expected, and went so much deeper than I was anticipating as well. Oh, you just wrote more. Let's see here. Miss Me, I am sending you love. I just read what you wrote. And so let me share with me, because I know there are a lot of people on here on YouTube who pull cards, and they are, they consider themselves, they're intuitive readers and all of that. I don't necessarily claim that identity, but I know absolutely that messages come through when I pull cards, and I absolutely love it. And so, and I am a coach. And so, I just want you to have that background to know where I'm coming from. Okay. I would want to just simply say to you, what is lighting up for you on the trail for what that next decision is? When I say lighting up, is there a choice you can make that kind of keeps resurfacing, that seems like a good option, but maybe is something that you have been avoiding because it's got that newness to it, right? That big question mark of like, ooh, it's going to be uncomfortable to go through that change. If you can allow yourself to just sit with that, sit in the possibility of whatever that direction is, and see what comes up. Maybe there's, added insights or information. You can always ask for more help from whoever you speak to, your higher self, spirit guides, and all of that. So there are a lot of people who I know have been through similar situations. I did an interview with a lady. I'm blanking on her name right now. There's another lady that I did an interview with earlier this year, and she talks about her own experience of being in an abusive relationship and having to finally leave. And let me see if I can quickly I can picture her, and I'm just drawing a blank on her name. Someone that you might like to connect with on a deeper level. You might want to check that out. So let's see here. It's going to be in the playlist that I have here on YouTube called Every Day is a New Day. And that's right, Tina V. Yeah, so if you look, and it's April 10th, Tina V, and it's just like third down in the playlist right now. I'm behind on adding new episodes. But anyway, if you want to check that out, as something that might be supportive and provide you hope, maybe just some new insights come through as you hear her talk about her experiences, then definitely check that out. She is amazing and incredibly inspiring, and that interview went really deep. So there might be something there for you. So I hope this has been helpful to you today. And if you'd like to connect with me beyond this, you can definitely go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com, and O'Neill is Oneill, KimO'NeillCoaching.com. And one of the people that I coach are big-hearted women who are in the process of confidently moving forward in their personal and professional life, as well as the people that I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. And if not, I did another video just before this, so that's where I'm starting to get confused, is people who are feeling isolated on a spiritual or healing journey. And so if you resonate with either of those and you absolutely, would like some support and you'd like to see about how I can support you and coach you through your journey, you don't have to do it alone. And, we can sit down and have a free, no cost coffee chat. We can do it via phone. We can do it through video chat, either way. And, just see how I can be of service to you. And I also have a free guided meditation that is very helpful for anybody who's going through a rough time and, would benefit from some added inner peace and some grounding. It's called Get Grounded and Regain Inner Peace. And you can find that on the Insight Timer app if you're on Insight Timer, or also just on my website, KimO'NeillCoaching.com. And towards the bottom of the homepage there is a link where you can download it. And I think that's it for now. I have more resources, but I won't go on and on about all those. You can see them on my website. But thank you for being here. And just know that whatever you're going through, as much as it might feel like you're alone, you are never truly alone. And so there may be an aspect of whatever you're dealing with that is also here to teach you and help you really connect with yourself and those who can help you in whatever way you resonate with that on a deeper level. Because what I find is that when we're here on earth, spiritual beings having this human journey, it can get so easy to get caught up in here and think that we are supposed to know it all and direct it all and figure it all out. And I find that those really dark times are actually bringing us inward to start to learn how to connect with ourselves and the help that exists for us on that deeper level. And instead of getting all of our answers from up here, start to learn to get them from your heart, to connect with those answers in a different way. And to me, I find that that's kind of like learning how to do life in a completely different way. So you're not alone on your journey, even if it feels like it, and just keep hanging in there. And, do your best to learn from everything. Do your best to be easy on yourself. Do your best to nurture yourself in ways that maybe you haven't yet done before. Maybe meditation is new for you. Maybe saying no to certain people and life situations is going to be beneficial for you. Hard, but beneficial. Let me see if there's any other new comments. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So you're here, and so I feel like I keep going on, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope you have a wonderful Halloween, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you again at some point soon. And I'm sending you positive thoughts right now. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.